How we going, guys? And welcome back to the channel. I'm Damien, and yeah, so welcome back to another video. Today we're going to do, as it says down the little screen, magic round tips. But first, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell because I've got a lot more videos planned, a lot more tipping videos. So yeah, you won't want to miss out because I do try to give the best opinion, is what I can say, like who I think is going to win, and yeah. So stay tuned for more videos. So in the meantime, let's get on with the tips. Yeah. Last week I got it was a very bad week. I think everyone got a bad tipping, unless you tipped. I just randomly tipped them. Last week I got, hang on, I'm gonna have to go back now. I got 3 out of 8. So yeah, not good. Not good. But on to Magic Round. But unfortunately, I won't be there. Neither will be my Knights. Yeah, it's disappointing, but what can you do? The NRL did a flip, and yeah, so just got to live with it. But anyway, we get to sit back and watch the rest of the teams bash each other up, so that's a good thing. Anyway, enough chat. Let's get on to the tipping. All right, so we kick off Magic Round 2023 with the Bulldogs hosting the Raiders. This one was a hard one. I think I've tipped them all. I've tipped them all, but they've been very hard. I've had to turn on my noggin. um, I'm gonna go with the. Who did I tip? Hang on, I wrote them down on me. I'm gonna go with the Raiders over the Bulldogs. I think it'll be a close one. Like, it's not going to be like a blowout. I think it's going to be a score of 1-12. Like the Bulldogs just got away against the Dragons by 2 points. Like the Dragons, they had their opportunities, like they did in the game against the Roosters, but they blew it as usual. So it's on them, not anyone else. They're the ones to blame. So anyway, I'm going to Raiders 1-12. So we move on to the main event of Friday night. Manly hosting Brisbane. Now this should be a cracker. Like they've got back their players. Um, they've got back players that were missing last week. Um, I think it's going to be a close one. The Broncos will be hurting after last week's loss to the Rabbitohs, only scoring 6 points and conceding 32. So yeah, I'm going to go the Broncos, as I said before, 1-12. Yeah, in a close one. So, and then we move on to Saturday. We have the Warriors up against the Panthers. Wow, haven't the Panthers been very ordinary? Like, I think teams are starting to work the Panthers out. Like, they should have lost to South and against my Knights. So they've won 4 and lost 4. So they're not really being very high up as they used to be. Because teams are working them out. But anyway, I just like the Warriors. They couldn't even score a point against the Roosters at home in New Zealand. It was like the Bondi War, is what some people are calling it. But yeah, and the Panthers. Well, didn't they get embarrassed at Bathurst? Like they're home away from home. Congratulations to the Tigers. I will get into that later. But yeah, I'm going to go the Panthers 13 plus. So yeah, I think they'll bounce back because they've had 2 back-to-back losses. And it's not been good. It's not been good for the Panthers. They lost to the Rabbitohs in heartbreak, and then they lost to the Tigers in a heartbreak. So they'll want to win. So Panthers 13 plus. All right, we move on to the 5:30 game, the Sharks against the Dolphins, Fins versus Fins, like that's what people are calling it. Um, hmm. the Sharks dominated the Cowboys. Where on the other hand, the Dolphins, well, they were losing to the Raiders, but then they come back, but then went down in Golden Point. But apparently, it's come out that they missed a knock on from the Raiders. So I don't know. What do you expect with the referees? They miss a lot of things. So it's not unusual. But anyway, I'm going to go the Sharks 13 plus against the Dolphins. I think they'll be red hot. The Dolphins, they might be competitive, but the Sharks, they'll want to win this one. I don't think they've lost a game in Magic Round. I'm not sure, but yeah. So Sharks 13 plus. And then we move on to the main event of Saturday. Melbourne Storm hosting the red hot, right, informed Rabbitohs. Right, they haven't lost a game for a while. It's going back. They beat the Dolphins. They beat the Panthers. And then last week they smashed the Broncos. So yeah, they're red hot. And they're in form. So I'm going to go the Rabbitohs. No, I'm going to go 1-12 because I think it'll be a tough one, but the Rabbitohs will get the win. They won't be dominant like they were last week. So yeah, Rabbitohs 1-12. All right, we move on to Saturday, the final day of Magic Round 2023. And we have the Tigers up against the Dragons. Congratulations, Tigers. You got your first win, especially against the back-to-back premiers. Kudos to you. No, I think the rest of the comp looked at you last week and thought, geez, wish that was us. Like, God, they should have lost to the Knights or the Rabbitohs. But anyway, kudos to you, West Tigers. You really worked the Panthers out. I think the whole rest of the comp's working them out. But anyway, this one was a hard one. Like, the Dragons, they could have beat the Bulldogs, but silly mistakes and Ben Hunt kicking and the Tigers, well, that was a grueling match. Like in the rain, like they dragged them through the trenches in that game. But I've tipped. I'm going to give the Dragons one more chance. So I'm going to go the Dragons 1-12. Then we move on to this second game of Sunday. Roosters up against the Cowboys. Jeez, when the Roosters scored against the Warriors in New Zealand, it was like the Warriors couldn't get past that Bondi Wall. So just got no way of working this out. I do, but yeah, it was a hard one. I'm going to go the Roosters 13 plus. Yeah, so Roosters 13 plus. And then the last game of Magic Round, the Gold Coast Titans up against the Parramatta Squeals. I love saying that now. Both last start winners. Titans won against Manly and the Eels beat my Knights. But can the Titans win up at Suncorp? Like the last time they were at Suncorp, they looked home and hosed in the first half, but second half they just went MIA. Like, and the Dolphins, they just come roaring back in and spanked them and kicked them out of Suncorp and said, "Don't come back." So yeah, I'm going to go the Eels 1-12. Yeah, I think it'll be a tough game, but the Eels will get the victory by a margin of 1-12. So yeah. So right, I've gone. Let's go back through it. And I stuff it. Nah. I think you all know it, like who I've tipped. So yeah, that'll do it. I just want to thank everyone for all your support and those people that have subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Like, I do appreciate it, and I try to put out enough videos, like content, right? yeah, I do appreciate it. Um, so if you're watching this, make sure to give it a like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell. So when I drop a video, you get a notification. And like, give my profile a share. Like, let your friends know about my page. I might not be as big as the other NRL YouTube content creators, but I'm getting there. I'm slowly working YouTube out and what to do and that. So yeah, so that'll be it for me. I'm gonna stop rambling on, and I'm gonna get on out of here. So I hope you enjoy your Tuesday, and good luck to your tips. I hope you get them all right, because last week for me was shit. So okay, guys, I will see you in the next video. Cheers.